yogis, welcome to your yoga practice. And for today we'll really refine the practice, which is amazing if you're new to the practice and equally amazing if you're not new to the practice but just kind of want to take it back to some foundations and to realign and refine the practice. So we'll come to lie down initially and you either bring the knees together and the feet to the width of the mat, or for a bit more of an inner hip and groin opening, soles of the feet together and knees to widen. And both of these options are amazing for your lower back. We'll bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your chest. And then close down the eyes and just start by taking a big sigh. That's the best part about being able to practice in your own home. That you can be maybe just a little bit more loud and a little bit more you as we practice our yoga. So this initial time is really here for you to come back to yourself, where most of us have been rushing through our day and doing this and doing that and on the go. And this is that little moment to truly pause. And not pausing by looking at our iPhone or smartphone, but just taking that little moment to close down the eyes. Now habitually you would still have a bit of tension. That is usually lying around the shoulders, your jaw, your eyes. And just see where it is for you. And see if you can just let go of that a little. And then bringing that breath in and out through the nostrils. So breath is always flowing through the nose in yoga. And taking a further look into the breath and on the belly. So that hand onto the belly to really rise with every breath in. Send the breath into the belly and fall. And so we're basically massaging the abdominal wall and all those beautiful organs that throughout the day feel so squished up because most of the day we're sitting down. So we're offering it space and oxygen and blood flow. Some thoughts might still be particularly present, and just let that be for a moment. No need to cover over or rush everything to the side. Just take a moment to reflect and to just be and let everything be free. Four more breaths in stillness here. Gently hug the knees together and into your chest. Now let your head still be touching down onto the mat as you just give yourself a gentle rocking from side to side or some circling here. And you'd notice the difference by having the knees quite close into your chest and really feeling that lower back massage. And pushing those knees a little further away from you really goes in towards more the sacrum where it attaches into the glutes. So move where you feel you need it most. And it'll start to warm up the abdomen straight away a little bit as well. It helps us balance, it helps us stand taller. So we bring the legs into a perfect tabletop and just hug the hands still onto the belly. I want you to find a sort of hugging from the spine and the abdomen into the mat. So there's no space for me to poke my hands underneath my spine because it's touching the mat here. And we'll start by just taking some single toe taps. So just bring a toe down and then bring it back into your tabletop. All the while, those knees are not coming towards my stomach. I keep them right above my hip bone. So don't take that in towards the stomach. The further you tap away, the harder this gets. But it's not always better, okay? I want that lower back to fully be connected to the mat. And if that's not happening, then you need to tap a little closer towards your bottom onto the mat. If you're feeling it today, you're feeling strong, your lower back is down, then maybe lift up now into an ab curl. You might interlace the fingers behind your head. And if you're really, really, really feeling it, you might take a double toe tap. Still squeeze that lower back into the mat every time you take this. Either way, wherever you are, let's just do 6 more. So 3 single leg or 6 double. Squeeze the abdomen down like there's a brick lying onto your stomach. Good, our last 3. Still breathing in and out through the nose. 2. And 1. Again, a nice little hug here. Breathe. And then set the soles of the feet down to the floor and lift the right leg up to the ceiling. And just give yourself a little point to flex, a point to flex. So you stretch through both the front and the back of the leg. You might hold the leg, you might not. See what's accessible. Don't try and reach by lifting your head off. So my spine is still nice and relaxed onto the floor. Now I'm starting to point and keep pointing, toes up. And then walk your hands, including your head, off the floor and up towards the ankle. And the left leg now starts to straighten forward. It's hovering off the floor. Lift a little higher if you can here. And then see if you can let go of the leg. And then reach towards the right side. And just hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly, right foot comes down. Left leg up, point to flex. Your head is down, your shoulders are down. Point flex, point flex. Feel that length coming to calf, shin, and hamstring. Gentle bit of movement here. Let's take 3 more. And 2. And then we'll find ourselves to point to toes. Walk yourself again as high as you can up towards the ankle. Right leg extended forward and long. It's hovering off the floor. Can you lift those shoulders and shoulder scapula? And once you think, okay, lower back into the floor, I'm feeling strong, let go of the leg and then reach towards the left side. Stay into your twist with long legs and scissor for 5, 4. Can you lift higher? 3, twist a little bit more, 2. And 1, hug yourself again. Now this time around, grab underneath your knees and just start to rock forward and backwards, full length of the spine. You might get a few crackles, you might find some joy, some energy, and maybe you just have had enough and then you come all the way up. But otherwise, regardless, on our next one, we'll come up and over into tabletop. So that would be our hands and knees. Shoulders above the wrists and hips above the knees. Point your toes. A few rounds of cat-cow. So on the inhale, we take a back bend. Chest comes down. We look up. Hug the shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale, really round into the upper back. Tuck the tailbone. Look at your belly button. Inhale again. Dance this through with the breath leading. Exhale, round and curl. The inhale is our cow pose. The exhale, angry cat. Last 3 here. Inhale. Exhale. Last round, breath in. Exhale out. Good. and then slowly from there on out, for those of you that have blocks today, pop them just a shoulder or hand width apart basically. So hands come right behind the blocks and they're on that medium height, so not the highest height, but the one in between. We'll walk the knees back until we find a modified plank. And now my fingers, or my middle fingers I should say, are really just about touching the block. So modified plank means that my pubic bone shifts forward and I'm a long line between the knees and the hips and the shoulders. We'll practice some chaturangas here, which is basically the halfway point between high and low plank. So on the inhale here we stay. If you don't have blocks, you go as low as your elbows. Otherwise, the elbows squeeze in, touch your shoulders towards the blocks, and then press back up. And so the elbows really move into the ribs. So let's do that about 2 more times. Inhale, stay. Exhale, elbows come into the ribs, shoulders touch the blocks, and then press back up. Last one, we will hold. So inhale to stay. Exhale, come halfway down, hold for 3, for 2, and 1, press back up. So if you were struggling with that one and it kind of like really got shaky, then continue please throughout your flow today to practice your high to low plank from the knees. Otherwise there's a progression coming later. Curl the toes now, lift the hips. We are up and ready for our downward facing dog. And as this is the first one, have a little walk through your dog. Pedal out the heels. Lifting through those sit bones. And then we come into absolute stillness into that downward facing dog. Your heels do not have to touch first thing, but they do need to be invisible. So if you were to look at your toes now, which I hope we all are, you have your heels absolutely invisible. Otherwise, reposition your toes more forward so that the heels disappear. Bend your knees a little bit and then see if you can lift your sit bones for that reason higher up into the air. And then we spread widely through the fingers and press even between the thumb and index finger. As the shoulders lift up, the ribs hug in and the triceps kind of wrap together. We have our upside down letter V. Take 3 more breaths in your best down dog, and we're aiming to ground those heels more and more, but only as far as works for you today. Every day is a little different. 1 more breath in, through the nose still, and 1 more breath out. We'll take little steps all the way forward. Try and keep your legs straight as long as you can. And then inhale, take a halfway lift. Hands come to the shins, lengthen the spine forward. And exhale, forward fold. Fingertips and toenails in line, forehead to your knees. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen the spine, hands to shins. Can you hug, sort of kiss the shoulder scapula together? And exhale, again, forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need to touch. Last round, inhale, hug the shoulders back, long neck, gaze forward on the floor. Exhale, fold. Let's curl up to stand nice and slowly. So articulate the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, as we'll come to stand up and stand tall. This is called mountain pose. Shoulders down and back. And then that bandha, Uddiyana bandha switches on. That means we hug the navel into the spine and we lift it up. When you're ready, let's start our sun salutations. Inhale, arms reach and rise up to the sky. Everything is 1 breath in or 1 breath out. Exhale, take a forward fold. Take a halfway lift, inhale, to lengthen the spine. And then step gently back into a plank. Now remember what we've practiced in the beginning, so feel free to come to the knees here, otherwise you shift forward. And then exhale, come to that halfway point. And then lower all the way down. Take a cobra, so roll the shoulders down and back, squeeze the elbows into the waistline, and have all 10 toes onto the floor. There's no pushing into the hands, the back is working. And then press into the hands, come back, downward facing dog. Take 1 breath in. One breath out, lift those sit bones high. And then step the right foot forward and take the left one after, also forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. No rush, like we're moving through honey. Inhale, big arms this time as you rise to stem. And exhale to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, so there's continuous movement. And exhale, step back, high plank. And again, feel free to lower down to the knees, otherwise shift forward. And exhale, come halfway, and then lower down. Roll the shoulders down and back as you come up into your little back bend. Can you get that long neck, look forward on the floor, and then push back again, downward facing dog. One breath in. One breath out. And this time left foot steps forward and the right one follows. Wherever it goes, right? Inhale, halfway lift. Don't judge yourself ever. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms rise. And only when the lungs are full, the hands actually touch. To exhale, forward fold again. A halfway lift, inhale. Step it back, high plank. Inhale, shift forward or lower the knees. Exhale, come down halfway, hold. And lower down. Cobra again. Shoulders down and back. And exhale, downward facing dog. We have 3 breaths here this time. Maybe those heels come down, maybe not even close. And that's all fine. Maybe you even need a big sigh if you feel like you kind of lost the breath. Last full round of breath. Good. Inhale, now look forward, either step or a little hop to the top of the mat. To an inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale to forward fold. Big arms again, circle up, come to stand up. And back into our mountain pose like we started. So we've done our sun salutations. Take a moment here, catch your breath. Stand the tallest you can stand. Relax the jaw. And big toes come then together to touch. Tiny little gap between the heels. Take an inhale, arms reach up. And then exhale, sit your hips low. This is called chair pose, Utkatasana. So the biceps ideally are in line with your ears. Lengthen the tailbone here a bit so you have a nice long spine, lower back included. And the weight is predominantly into the heels as well as the balls of the feet, but the toes are quite nice and light and fluffy. Let's stay for the in-breath and then sit a little lower, breath out. Another breath in to stay. Sit nice and low now. Exhale, stomach and thighs touch fully. Take another round of breath in here and out. Let it burn, right? Inhale, come back, chair pose. More upright, and then exhale, forward fold. So fingers to the floor, forehead to knees. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. And exhale, step it back again, high plank. Keep changing the legs. Shoot forward, breath in, lower the knees otherwise. Exhale, come halfway down, hold. And all the way down. Roll the shoulders back for cobra. Some of you guys might be ready for up dog. That's thighs, knees off the floor, but still a nice long neck. Shoulders down, arms straight. And then downward facing dog. One breath in. One breath out. Bring your feet a little closer to each other now and lift the right leg up. Stay here for a moment. Square off your hip bones now. So if on top of your hip bones you would have headlights, they would shine straight down to your mat. That also means if I'm looking at my right toes, My baby toe and my big toe are both kind of facing towards the mat. And then ground that left heel, standing heel a little bit more down. Lift the right leg higher and say, hello hamstring. And then exhale, step it all the way forward as far as it goes, and otherwise help it out a little bit. We'll stay here for an easy open twist. Left hand down, right hand up, hold. Square off through those hips. Reach the right hand, but don't crash into the left hand. So really kind of lighten it a little off the mat. Stay for one more full round of breath. Feel the legs work for you. Then an inhale, rise on up, kind of to a halfway point. Circle the arms around. We'll come to warrior two. Exhale. Good. So now we've got heel to heel alignment. The right knee is over the second, third toe. You look forward over your right middle finger. And then trying to get that front thigh parallel. We're trying, right? So ease into it. Now you should feel that front thigh kind of scream. That's normal. See if you can relieve that by drawing kind of energetically those heels together. Stay for the breath in. Check your knees going forward. You could see your big toe if you were to look down as you lower and deepen. From our warrior two, we'll come into a crescent lunge. Lift your back heel up and arms reach up, chest comes forward. And stay here for a moment. You're allowed to bend through the back knee, to lengthen through the lumbar spine, the lower back. Arms reach up, biceps and ears together, relax the shoulders. Your chest is forward, your back heel is high. Inhale now, start to straighten the back leg, reach the arms long beside you, and gently see if you can take flight. Lift the left leg up, body shines forward, hips are still square as you find your balance. Another full round of breath here. Square off those hips, softness through the right knee, chest is open, look forward on the floor. And then gently step the left foot back. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands come down. Step the right foot back. Inhale, high plank. Lower the knees or shoot forward. Come halfway down. Chaturanga to all the way down. Cobra pose. If you're working your up dog, come straight from that chaturanga point. And then come back to downward facing dog. Let's take another 3 breaths here. One more round of breath. Lifting the sit bones, lengthen to the spine. Bring your feet closer to each other. Lift the left leg up. And stay. Square those hip bones, so don't open and lift as high as you can. Work your true actual flexibility here. Your baby toe, big toe down to the floor. Right heel can maybe ground down to just feel more hamstring. Welcome that. Lift the left leg higher, big breath in. And then exhale, step it forward. Good. Right hand stays down, left hand comes up, easy open twist. Notice if you're just swaying the hips all the way with you, try and keep those hips quite square and soft through the right hand so don't crash into the floor. You're looking up, we're breathing here. One more full round of breath, back leg is nice and straight. And then the inhale takes you a little off the floor. Circle those arms around to exhale, warrior two. Sitting nice and deep and low through that left knee. So knee over second, third toe. So we're opening and widening through those hips. Look over your left middle finger. Engage the inner thighs to find some softness into the thighs. Relax the shoulders. One more full round of breath and really utilize that exhale to try and come and sit a little lower. Then inhale, arms up, back heel up. Come to your crescent lunge. Take a moment to adjust. Ribs are in, core is switched on. Last round of breath here before we take the inhale to take flight. Shift forward, back leg straight, and then come to fly. Square the hips, lift the right leg, open the chest, and if you fall out, just have a little smile and then come back into it. Some days balance is terrible, and some days it's quite good. One more round of breath. Stepping it back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Come back, high plank. Halfway point, exhale. Straight into upward dog from here, or come down and then into cobra. Downward facing dog. Either way is where we meet. 3 breaths. This is such a nice little moment to sort of marinate. See where you're at, maybe feel that warmth, take on the benefits of flexibility. One more round of breath. And taking this little sequence in a one movement, one breath. Take the feet closer together. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Doesn't mean we're rushing. Exhale, slowly step it forward. Use the full breath out. Now inhale, lift the right hand up. Easy open twist. And then an exhale straight away to land in warrior 2. Circle those arms around. Sit low. Warrior 2. Inhale, crescent lunge. Shift forward. And exhale, fly. Lift the left leg, arms beside you. Inhale, back to crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down. High to low plank. Feel free to lower those knees, right? Into a back bend. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And then downward facing dog. Exhale. Left side, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step. Left hand up, inhale. Arms circle as you land, warrior 2, exhale. Crescent lunge, inhale. Airplane, fly, exhale. Come back, inhale, crescent lunge. And exhale, come back, high to low plank, with or without the knees. Forward back bend, rise on up, energize yourself, and then come back, downward facing dog, 3 breaths, and then we'll do it again and again. See here if you can really take the breath to be the lead. So if you want to move a little slower, a little faster, you're absolutely more than welcome to. Feet come closer to each other. Right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step it forward. Finish the breath out. Inhale, right hand reaches up. Exhale, lift and open up, warrior 2. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, airplane and fly. Inhale, crescent lunge. Keep smiling. Exhale, high to low plank. Can be done from the knees. For my more seasoned yogis, maybe a three-legged flight. These are just options, right? Back bending, breath in. And exhale, downward facing dog. Feet come closer, left leg up, inhale. Exhale to step. Inhale, left hand up. Big arms come up and in to warrior two. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, step it back, arms up. Exhale, high to low plank. Maybe three-legged flow, maybe knees down. Inhale, shoulders down and back for the back bend. Downward facing dog. Exhale, 3 breaths. See if you maybe feel a bit warmer. Maybe even your down dog feels a bit more flexible. And if you're feeling too warm, just be into a child's pose. That's knees down. Let yourself rest. All fine. Otherwise, one more round. Feet come closer, right leg to lift. Inhale. Exhale, step it forward. Right hand up, breath in. Warrior two as you exhale and lower. Opening. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, airplane, fly. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, high to low plank. Feel free to lower those knees. Every round you have a choice. Inhale, you can even skip it. It's this little wash cycle, the vinyasa. Exhale, dog. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale, step. Inhale, left hand up. Last round, right? So enjoy it. Exhale, open up. Warrior two. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, high to low plank. Into the back bend, breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. 3 breaths again. Lift the sit bones. Ground the heels down. Lift the shoulders and wrap the triceps together. And then really navel into the spine, hollow the belly in. Inhale, look forward, a little step or a little jump to the top of the mat again. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Rise to stand, big arms, circle up and tall into mountain pose again. Arms beside you, shoulders down. And take a round of breath in. And out. Inhale, arms reach up. Sit your hips back down, last round chair pose. Different variation. Inhale, hands come together, weight into the heels, and then twist to the right side. Exhale. Here, make your left hand, think about it, your bottom hand, left hand, a fist. And the right hand comes right on top. Inhale again, lengthen the spine, check that your knees are in one line, and then push down into the flat hand as you twist. Look to the right elbow. Inhale, come back, arms reach up, sit a little lower. Hands together again, stay low into those legs, let it burn, and then we twist to the left side. here, your bottom hand, your right hand becomes a fist with the left hand flat on top. Check that your knees are in line. Inhale, lengthen. And then lift your belly off your thighs as you twist. Look to the left elbow as you push into the flat fist. One more round of breath here. Sit as low as you can. Inhale, chair pose. Stand all the way up. Exhale, back into your mountain pose. Big breath in. I know that was a nice little burner. Big breath out. From here on out, lift the right knee up. Stand tall, don't tumble backwards. If anything, grow a little taller. Right sole of the foot comes on the inside of the calf, or maybe all the way up and above into the thigh. Don't touch the inside of your knee, please. So important to not hurt our knees. And since we're doing this to ground, to calm, to cool ourselves, keep the hands together, thumb center of chest. Stand the tallest you can stand. Roll the shoulders down and back. 3 more breath in stillness. Looking right outside and I see the trees move so much. Makes me a little wobbly, but it's good to challenge my balance. Bring the right knee forward and up like it was before, and then precisely and gracefully step it next to the left big toe. We're back in mountain pose. Take a breath in, big breath out. Keep looking at that solid, still, preferably still spot. Lift your left knee up. Stand tall. Don't rock backwards. So really feel that length. Core is working. Bring that left sole of the foot into the inner calf, or all the way up into the inner thigh. And again, just hands in prayer, heart center. And even though I'm trying to open that knee as much as I can to the left side, my 2 hip bones need to still go straight forward to the top of the mat. Stand your tallest, lift your chin, roll those shoulders down and back. 3 more breaths. Relax your jaw, make a smile through the corners of the mouth. And if you don't feel like smiling, licking of the lips can work as well. Inhale, lift that left knee back up. Still stand tall. And then precisely, beautifully step it right next to the right. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Last little round of flow, vinyasa flow here if you're feeling it. Into the back bend, breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. Starting to calm and cool further. So again, 3 breaths. Bring the feet closer to each other, lift the right leg up, inhale. Step the right foot to the outside of your right hand. And then lower the back knee down to the floor. So we're setting up for our lizard. So here, hands stay down to the floor to begin with. And just check that your knee is exactly above your ankle here. The back knee walks back as far as it can go. And then maybe you're feeling super comfortable here. And then you can bring your forearms down to the floor. Maybe you need a halfway in between point. You use a block. But absolutely feel free to stay onto the hands. I want you to stay somewhere where it's even through the two shoulders, and where you're not about to cry if I would tell you that this is for another 5 minutes. Which it's not, but you know, sometimes it might just be. Start to really kind of unmanage the breath, especially for those of you that were breathing Ujjayi breath. Let yourself kind of soften through some big exhales. And as we take 3 more breaths here, there might be room to deepen, there might just be a need to sort of come out of it and soften, re-soften. And last full round of breath here. Such an important stretch for us to really lengthen here into the front psoas, front hip. Now we're starting to come back onto the hands and walk that right foot just to the middle of the mat. Lift through the hips to do that. Grab those 2 blocks if you have them. Otherwise, don't bother. Stay light onto the fingers. And then wiggle, wiggle, wiggle that right foot forward until you can straighten it. Straighten it though with the hip still being exactly above the back knee. Flex those toes back to your face, and this can be on or off the blocks. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, see if you can lengthen forward by keep looking at your big toe, like you want to kiss it one day. Those 2 hip bones are still coming forward like 2 headlines. So try not to have the left one peel back. It's what it wants to do because it's easier. And then you get more like that cheerleader split rather than really working that length into the right leg, back of the leg here. 2 more big breaths here. If you're feeling really flexible, you might go a little further forward. 1 more round of breath. And then slowly coming back onto your hands and slowly drag the heel in. It's no real nice way to do that. Good. Walk your right foot to the left. And then the right knee to the right side of the mat. So the right knee is not underneath my body, it's to the right side. Lengthen the left leg back. Feel free to grab a block and pop it underneath your right hip if you feel like you're tumbling. Otherwise, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, come down into it as high or as low as you need to be. You can use your block. And if you're feeling comfortable enough through the hips, you come all the way down. Now, if this is hurting your right knee, then I want you to bring your right shin forward in line with the front of the mat. Your left shin to the side in line with the side of the mat, being just onto your right hip as you sink down and forward. So this is a beautiful modification. It's called deer. Be where you need to be. We have 2 minutes here in total, but we're well and truly into it by now. See if you can soften through the shoulders a little. And then soften through those hips and thighs a little as you let go of any resistance. Relax through the jaw a little. And your last minute here in stillness. Keep squaring up through the hips. After all that movement, time to just be still. Last 3 breaths. toes, come onto the hands, and so slowly, come back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Final breath. Feet come closer together, left leg up, inhale. Left foot on the outside of the left hand. And there we go, knee exactly above the ankle. Grab blocks if you like. Walk the back knee back as far as you can. And slowly see if you want to stay on the hands, come to your forearms, use a block. Try and soften as much as you can through the upper body, even though it requires some strength for us to hold ourselves here. 3 more big breaths. 2. If you're feeling stuck or overwhelmed in any of these, then take a big sigh. Just let that soften you. Whenever we take a big sigh, the hormone relaxing can kind of just free your aches and pains and sorrows. And coming back onto your hands then. Lift a little through the hips so you can walk that foot back to kind of the center of the mat. Grab those blocks if you have them. Half Hanuman, your half splits. Walk and wiggle that left foot forward until you can straighten it. And then 2 hip bones, I should say, going forward. Notice if the baby toe kind of wiggles away from you. Peel that back in line with the big toe. Inhale, find length. And then exhale again. Keep looking at that big toe as we're trying to lower downward with a long spine. 3 more breaths. If you can go further, go further. Until maybe one day you find yourself into your full splits. Maybe one day, right? Optimism is half the work. Good. Slowly try with grace to drag the heel in. Pop those blocks to the side or keep one nearby for that half pigeon. Walk your left foot to the right. Your knee outside of your kind of the sideline of your mat. Drag the right leg back and then inhale, find length. Exhale, come forward. I'll show you that deer pose again. Shin can be parallel, so right in line with the front of your mat, and the right one right in line at the side of your mat as you come down into the left hip only. That's your modification. Don't ever breathe through joint pain. So if your knee is sore, do not stay. Come out and modify. 2 minutes. Hips square, relax, relax. Let gravity do all the work for you here. 3 breaths to finish. Final breath. And after that 3rd breath, just as slowly, just as gently, come back to your last downward facing dog. Take a moment to maybe compare it to your very first one just about an hour ago. And then slowly lower your knees down. Grab a block if you have it and come to lie down. Soles of the feet are down to the floor. Heels walk really close in towards the glutes so I can touch them with my middle fingers. Feet are hip width apart. If you have a block, pop it in between the thighs. If you don't have a block, that's okay. Arms beside you are setting up for a bridge pose. Inhale, squeeze into the block. Ripple and articulate the spine off the floor. And then really squeeze into that block. Work the thighs. Hold for 5, 4. Heart opens to the back of your mat, to your face basically. 2. And 1. Slowly lower down. Grab your block, pop it to the side. Sway the legs from side to side. Gentle opening through the lower back, through the obliques. And then when you're ready, hug the right knee into your chest. Left leg straightens. Inhale, stay. And then exhale, and right knee to the left side. Stack the hips so you stay with the hips stacked above each other at the middle of your mat. And then the 2 shoulders need to touch down. That's important. So maybe not twist so far so that the shoulders are down. Head can kind of be any direction. Now close your eyes. 1 more full round of breath. See if you can send the breath all the way into the lower back. And then come back through center. Right leg comes forward. Gently bring the left knee in. Give yourself a little cuddle. Inhale. Exhale, left knee to the right. Stack the hips, middle of the mat. Left arm widens, shoulders touch down. Take that yoga breathing all the way always into the abdomen, into the back. So we're trying to reteach ourselves how to breathe, no longer just into your ribs and just into the chest. Inhale, come up, and then hug 2 knees into your chest like we started today. Finishing here with a little massaging and a little rocking, just like we did when we started. Inhale. And then exhale, slide the legs forward. We are ready for our final pose, Savasana. Shoulders shimmy down, arms long beside you. Take a moment to just take little movements, anything you need. And if you're feeling cold, put some clothes on. If thoughts rush on back, take a sigh. Now with every inhale, quietly in your mind, think the word let. And on every exhale, think the word go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Let. Go. Committing to absolute stillness. This is that magical moment where your joints, your organs, your muscles retrieve such high oxygenated fresh blood. So let that magic happen. Don't interrupt by moving. rubbing or fidgeting.